One. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Windy City Rant, where we're going to rant a lot about the Bears today. That was embarrassing. And then
that was very bad.
Hopefully it gets better from there, but let's start off with the Bears really quick because that was bad.
So I guess we can call this a Sunday post-game show, so to speak.
Basically.
It chalks up. We had them losing this game, so it's no shocker, but they lost in Bears typical fashion. I don't know. It just kind of shows where they're at right now. I know you're a rookie quarterback. We can talk about that till we're blue in the face, but you're playing, a backup quarterback who's never started in the NFL.
Undrafted.
I mean, I think we can all say of Lamar Jackson, thank God he wasn't playing. Otherwise, it would have been an absolute embarrassment.
Missing their best receiver.
The list goes. I mean, the list goes on. Just terrible defense at the end of the game. Like
terrible.
Terrible. Charles Barkley. But during that game, once again, Justin Fields not protecting the ball, another fumble, sloppy, throws it to the other team. Like, I don't know what they got to do with this kid to be like, hold on to the freaking football.
Yeah, he tries to do the Mike Vick too much, where he just holds the ball single hand.
Just protect the freaking ball.
Yeah,
there's no need, like, especially when you're in like a pocket and people are around you. This is ridiculous.
The pocket will close quick on him,
huh?
And that pocket's going to close quick on him. You can't just keep that ball out there for anybody to just smack.
As you're trying to sneak through two big guys, it's crazy.
Right.
But then my most hated Bears player, the ginger, the red rocket, the whatever you want to call it, Andy Dalton, comes in and just acts as the savior for the Chicago Bears. I'll give him credit where it's due. Comes in, throws a touchdown pass to Mooney, and then the pass to Goodwin at the end of the game, a dime. Late, the balls too, 4th and 11, and they throw it 45 yards downfield. Gutsy call, paid off, and Andy Dalton laid a dime in there. Too bad it couldn't be a victory though.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things that's not going to be talked about, which to be fair, I don't think needs to be talked about too much, but at least addressed or at least mentioned, is Cairo Santos missed a field goal.
Yeah, that was bad. I mean, he missed the other one, like the game tying or game winning at the end of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was like 60 something yards.
Yeah, that's understandable, but I don't know. Are we starting to trend the other way? We're gonna have another kickoff in summer camp.
I hope not. I hope Cairo Santos doesn't lose his momentum, because dude's good. I mean, obviously he can kick. He had that ridiculous record he had going on, and hopefully he starts a new one soon, because if we can't score touchdowns, we're going to need some field goals.
Yeah, it's that he's about the only bright spot that we've consistently had probably over the last year and a half. But yeah, I mean, this team's terrible. You need to get rid of Nagy. I mean, you can make the argument for Pace too. I would be more hesitant on Pace, but Nagy definitely needs to go. And then it was just the whole broadcast today was Tony Romo praising John Harbaugh and his coaching staff and how good he is. And then they would flash to Matt Nagy just looking like a distressed little puppet over there, not knowing what to do.
And then there's this guy. Look at him. Yeah. Look at him just standing there on the sideline.
He had some headset problems, and he looked like he was going to break down and cry and kill somebody on the sideline. It's like, it just always looked unprepared, disorganized. It just doesn't look like it's a well-run team from the top down.
Yeah, it was it's been rough, that's for sure. And now that means we're gonna get, who was the backup that played today for the Lions? I forgot the guy's name, but basically
Lion. Oh, did you hear about that? Did you hear about the bet today?
Yeah, the $33,000 bet.
$33,000 were put on Detroit Lions to win their first game of the year. Just lit on fire. You never bet on the Lions.
That's the kind of money I want, though, where it's like, if the Lions aren't probably going to win, but I'm going to put this $33,000 bet down anyway.
Well, let's hope that's what that was, like throwaway money. That it was just a big whale in Vegas who was just like, you know what? I'm going to gamble anyways. $33 wins me $140. Screw it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that was dumb as hell, though. But yeah, the whatever that backup quarterback is in Detroit, is basically going to be him versus Andy Dalton probably on Thanksgiving, just like everybody wanted. That's the kind of showcase you want. Like, I get the Lions play on Thanksgiving. Fine, whatever. That's tradition. Cool. I'm here for it. And a lot of the times it's versus the Bears, which, again, cool. I don't mind watching the Bears on Thanksgiving, especially like we're getting shit ready for dinner or whatever. Have the Bears game on in the background. Cool. But now we're getting two quarterbacks nobody wanted to see. So that's going to be great.
Do they lose to the Lions?
No. I don't care. I don't care how bad the Bears play. They don't lose to the Lions.
That's true. They generally, it doesn't really matter either who's under center. They generally beat the Lions.
Yeah, that's one thing that's like, doesn't make me nervous. But at this point, I'm just going to take out a $33,000 loan and throw it on the Lions money line. See what happens.
It might be the week. I mean, this could be the nail in the coffin that we finally get Matt Nagy fired. If they have an embarrassing loss and Detroit gets their first win, I'm almost rooting for it because I want him gone. And I mean, at this point, I don't see this team. They're not a Super Bowl contender. I don't think there's even if they're able to limp into the playoffs, they're not going to beat some of the big teams.
No, absolutely not.
I want them to tank. I want the draft pick. I want Nagy gone. Let's
draft
start.
Pick?
We were out of first round. So that doesn't even matter. Thanks, Ryan Pace. But we got Justin Fields for it. So I guess he's our next year draft pick. But still, I don't know. Can we trade somebody away? Like,
gonna have to soon. I mean, that's a lot of money going to Jimmy Graham still too. Where that's
okay. So I'm on the other side of the country now, right? Denver Broncos, Lynch, right? Or no, John Elway. John Elway is the GM. They traded their franchise face of the organization player, Von Miller. He's on his last year of the contract. Didn't get a first round pick for him, but they got, I think, a couple second round picks or a couple draft picks. Like, they should know already who they're not keeping.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we get like just unload somebody now? Just be sellers. We know what this team is. I mean, they're a average team. I mean, that's what they are. The record shows it too. Anytime they play elite talent, they get spanked. So, I mean, what else do you need to learn from this team? Ooh, sneak peek.
Yeah, man. No, that's the thing. It's like they definitely know who's going to be here next year. This offseason, there's going to have to be a lot of moves. That's going to be top to bottom. A lot of moves need to be made because you got to do something. Like, you got to go out there and play some fantasy football and grab whoever the hell you want at this point.
So,
spend some money.
That's a good transition. I don't know why I play fantasy football. I really don't. This is a perfect week where I hate it. I get so upset. I get so angry. Like, in my other league, I need to win. I basically need to win to pretty much have a shot to be in the playoffs. Playing a guy, I told you last week, he has Lamar Jackson. Boom. Lamar Jackson's out. Feeling great. I go and I pick up Cam Newton off the waiver wire just so he can't have him. So he picks up Trace. I forget his Simeon on New Orleans, right? So he has negative points for like the first half. He has like 5 points going into like mid of the third quarter, right? Finishes with 30 points, whatever. Ooh. I can handle that. 30 points. My team's scoring touchdowns. No, he has Jonathan Taylor.
I have him in 3 leagues.
I don't know what do I got to do this year to catch a freaking break? The guy scores like 50 points fantasy or something stupid.
5 touchdowns. 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you have him in our league. I just like I'm like, okay, all right. He's got his 3rd touchdown. It's still manageable. And then another guy on my team scores. I'm like, okay, it's keep it close. I got Dak coming later. I got Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs. I mean, they are doing nothing.
I don't know how your point system is working in that league for Dak, but in one of my leagues, he has -4 points right now.
I haven't looked. I'm sure he does.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, so right now, the guy I'm playing in my work league, he has 59.16 points. Jonathan Taylor for me got 56.9 points.
Dak has 1.56 points, 139 yards and an interception. I mean, I have Tua, 21 points on my bench, and Cam got 30. So, oof. I mean, yeah, it gives me a 1% chance. There is 0% chance of winning. It's
That
I
is
don't know what I
rough.
gotta do. I hate this. Every year about this time, I'm like, I don't know why I played this. Makes no friggin' sense.
That's rough.
I'd rather
I
just
don't mind
take
it.
my money, bet on one team that I know is gonna win, and then
The Lions.
$33,000. We pool our money, we get another like 7 to 8 people, and then they get another 7 to 8 people, and then they get another 7 to 8 people, and then we go and get a loan,
Yeah.
and then we get the $33,000, put it all in the Lions, and then we win.
I still just can't believe that shit. Like, who has that kind of money to just throw away like that? Like, that's amazing. Jeff Bezos was out here making bets.
Maybe, but that like when I hear that, and I think everybody else thinks that, it's like, okay, you did $33,000 on the Lions, like, and it's Jared Goff's not playing, right?
Right.
So what do you not know? Like, or what do you know that we don't know?
Yeah, seriously. There
Like,
must have been something there where they're like
throwing the game. Does he have some side debt that he needs to be paid off? Like, and then it was like getting kind of close in the beginning. Like they were hanging around, and then the Lions were the Lions, but
yeah. And it's funny that, I troll through Twitter a lot to look at people's bets, and man, there's some guys that are hitting right now, man. Like, and they look good. Yeah, some guys are like, there's this one guy I like to follow that he'll do a late night bet and be like, here's my angry lotto for tomorrow because I need to win. And it hits. Like, his angry lotto for last night that he threw in was let me pull it up real quick. He went Utah Jazz wire to wire, which means they have to basically win every quarter. Portland Trail Blazers -4.5 and over 215.5 total score. Those hit last night. Boom, he was in. Then he had Cam Newton anytime touchdown score. Cam ran one in. George Kittle touchdown in San Fran to win, which also happened. He put $185 down on it, won 7,281.
So, okay, yeah, that's good. I mean, he's hitting money. That's great.
He hit it, and then he does that regularly. Is what's nuts.
We've seen that before, though. I mean, we see people that get on hot streaks and then, chili bets. But
oh man, I haven't heard from them in so long. See, wonder how they're doing. I hope they're doing all right.
I looked not too long ago, and they were advertising. They're like, all we need to do is hit 1 out of 60, and then we break even. They're like, oh God, that's not a. You're advertising to degenerate gamblers. They don't want to hear 1 out of 60. They're going 100. They're going like all their units into one bet all the time.
That is scary.
So we can agree, right, that the Lions are a terrible team. The whole NFL can agree that. I would make the case that the Bears are a terrible team as well. I mean, we've seen it. You thought, it's no brainer that the Bears beat the Lions, right?
I would think so.
So early line odds, I'm on Action Network for week 12. Okay. Tell me what you think the spread is right now. Early spread.
Is it in Detroit?
It's in Detroit. It's always in Detroit on Thanksgiving, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Early spread. Yeah. Early spread, I would say they are giving Lions -3.5.
So it's +3.
Which is fantastic because the home team automatically gets 3 points. So that means the Bears are really favored by a touchdown.
The money line is basically a pick 'em.
Is it like a -110?
Close, 140 +140. So, I mean, that's pretty close. I wouldn't be so confident on the Bears. They generally do all right, but do you trust Andy Dalton to play a whole game?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Andy Dalton versus Detroit. Doesn't worry me. He really doesn't.
Andy Dalton's the quarterback that should be on Detroit.
Then he should be able to beat them. Detroit always beats themselves, so he should be able to beat Detroit.
Well, I mean, Bears kind of do that too. They'll make it interesting. I think the Bears win, but I think it's a very ugly game on Thanksgiving. Very ugly game.
Yeah, for sure. Which does remind me, we might only have one episode next week then, huh? Thanksgiving. Maybe we do a later episode or something then, maybe like a Friday rather than
I think we
Thursday.
do that. Something like that. The match is on the day after Thanksgiving. So that one might be fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's with Brooks and DeChambeau. So that's
Interesting.
the
Okay.
day after. And then there's something else the day after Thanksgiving. But yeah, we'll definitely have our early episode out, and then we'll figure out something later on. We
Yeah.
may have over the next couple weeks, I think we'll have a couple special guests. I don't want to announce it yet until it's finalized, but that's more to come. Some really good people coming on. So that'll be really good.
Yeah, you guys should be excited. I'm excited, so it's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm very excited. I'm giddy. I don't want to announce it yet. I think we have a date. We just have to get that confirmation out there, but they have verbally accepted to come on. Very, very good comic. Has his special tours around the country. So a little teaser there, but definitely
You
we'll let
dirty
you know
little
when it's out
tease.
there. Yeah, very little tease.
So I was telling you offline about my weekend pretty much, and I went down to Rockford, and I went to go see some silver glove fighting, man.
That's cool.
It was pretty good. All the younger, smaller kids were probably the best matches to watch, the
Really?
better bouts. Yeah, because they were swinging, they were going.
So
for
what's
it.
the age? Like, so when you was this though, obviously they're amateurs, right? So
Yep. So this is the youngest ones are 8 years old.
oh my goodness.
8 years old, 50 pounds. The oldest I watched, I didn't stay for the whole event because there was about 30 bouts, and I probably stayed
Good
for about 15 of them.
Good thing it wasn't outside. 50 pounds, I'll get blown away.
Yeah, and especially the way how cold it was that day and windy. Yeah, it was gross. But the biggest was probably, I think I watched a 125 pound. But the biggest there, I think, was just around 200. But I didn't watch those.
Boys.
Yeah, I didn't watch those. And I think it went all the way up to 16 years old.
I'm sure they get bigger than 200, or was 200 the max?
I don't know. I'm sure they do get bigger, but I think at this event was just the biggest they had there. I think was 200.
125 has got to be so fast.
Yeah, some of these kids are fast. So there was this one kid. He ended up winning his fight, and he was just throwing punches. Dude was like cocking back and just going for power.
Haymakers?
All power. Yeah, hoping that whatever hit was gonna knock the guy out. So
Do
he was
they
going
wear
for
headgear?
They wear headgear.
Okay.
Yeah, they wear headgear. So I went because my godson was fighting, and Noah went ahead and got himself some silver gloves yesterday. He won.
Congratulations, Noah.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. He's going as unattached because I guess the gym he's at is not registered with the USA Boxing, I guess.
Okay.
So he's technically unattached, but his team did well. There's 3 fights. They went 2-1. And even the one that lost, I think he got robbed, to be honest. It was actually
really?
I thought he won. I thought it could have been a unanimous decision, and he did not win. So I think it was a little interesting on how that went down. But those fights were cool, man. There's a bunch of little kids in there that was just, they went hard, man, and they just started swinging. But
Do they
it was cool. It was cool to go see it.
So do they do multiple fights then in the night? How does that work?
So it's a weekend long. So there's actually fights that were going on today. So a lot of the kids, if they won today, they won yesterday, they had a fight again today. But they only had one bout for the day, but there was a total of 30 fights yesterday. I don't know how many fights today. I'm guessing closer to half.
Where is he located? Your godson?
Good question. I think it's near Hillside, but I'm not 100% sure. It's through the Chicago Park districts.
Oh, where's Hillside? Near Chicago?
Closer to Chicago, yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, there might be. So I was fortunate enough to meet Rob Zablisky. He did. He's a huge trainer. He's done boxing trainer. There's a Fighter's Chance podcast. I got to interview him. Maybe we'll talk offline and see if I can get you in contact with him, because I think he does like Olympic teams. He's done a lot of different stuff. So he's pretty, as far as like coaches, he's well renowned.
Nice. That's awesome.
Stuff. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's cool. But it was good. I'm glad I went. Definitely looking forward to his next fight. It sounds like they're going to try to get him at least one more before the end of the year, and then check it out. But it was a good time. And then afterwards, we went and kind of hung out and went to one of Michelle's cousins' aunt's house or something, and her cousin was turning 40, so we hung out there, had some drinks, had this dope cigar that it's called shit, I don't even remember what it's called, but it was super sweet. I ended up taking a picture of it because I needed to be able to try to find it. Dude told me it was about a $7 cigar, so not too bad. It is Isla del Sol, and it tastes like it was almost like dipped in like a cognac or something, and it was really, really smooth. So
I gotta start back up with some cigars. I haven't smoked a cigar in a long time, but I probably should get through my physical first.
yeah, probably should do that first.
Yeah.
That'd be ideal. So tonight, this is definitely off topic, but I just thought about it because I looked at my other screen. I have a couple screens going. I'm gonna finish Squid Games tonight. I don't know if you finished yet.
I did. Well, technically, no. I just stopped it. I stopped it with 20 minutes left in the.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just so over it.
how? But you basically spent all that time to watch. How do you
You'll
not watch the last 20
understand.
minutes?
You'll understand without spoiling it to you. I was just so. It is what is expected for that show. I saw all the games. I saw how it all ends. But next time we talk, you can maybe walk me through what's transpired in the last like 30 minutes of the show.
Sure. Okay. I was say because I've seen some shows that I thought were pretty good, and then I started watching, and the last season is absolutely terrible. But I finished anyway because I've watched the whole.
I'll go back and I'll watch the end of it. They were talking, and I was like, where is this going? Like, just finish this. And so our dog was going crazy, and I was like, I just don't care anymore. Like, this is just a dark, depressing show. I'm so over it. So we ended up like shutting it off, and watching a little bit of Schitt's Creek, which is phenomenal show.
Love Schitt's Creek.
That's a great show. There's so many good like one line. That is going to be The Office, I think, really for the next like 20 years. That show's going to
the next generation. Yeah, it is a really good show. I think it's absolutely hilarious. It's nice that all the families in it together. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I knew the father and the son, David and
Eugene.
What's the dad's name? Eugene. That's not the name in the show, right?
No, that's his real name, Eugene Levy.
Yeah, but what's his name in the show? I forget.
Oh, shit, I haven't watched it in a while.
Anyway, I didn't realize that. I knew those two were father and son, but I didn't know the daughter was also in the show until after the fact.
Yeah, she's the waitress or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I thought there was like one of the producers too was a part of the family. I thought too, but I'm not 100% sure. Johnny Rose is
Johnny Rose,
his name. Yeah. But yeah, it's a great show too. I think I'm gonna restart that one because that is pretty good. That's a good background one too.
Yeah,
especially like you're doing shit around the house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely a good show. That's probably up there with feel good comedies of one of the better shows I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Oh man, so that means if I'm done with Squid Games, I'm almost done with The Wire. The Wire, I have a few episodes left of the series. I'm gonna have to start something new soon. I gotta start using the my list feature on every one of.
You watched Narcos, right?
I have not seen them all because there's like
there's quite a few of them. 3. Yeah, I haven't seen the last show or the last season. I'm gonna start that up sometime soon. But
it is a good show. It is a pretty good show.
Well, this weekend the wife and I had a little date night. We went to Comedy Works in
Romantic.
Yeah, Greenworks Village or Greenwood Village. I think that's what it is. Not their downtown one, but I like this one a little bit better. But we saw the famous Bob Saget. Ooh. And Mike Young opened up for him. I never heard Mike Young prior to that, but he killed it. Absolutely killed.
Good.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good to hear somebody just like really polished. They said he wrote on Entourage too.
Oh, look at you. There you go.
I didn't know that too. So I learned that after the fact. So it wasn't even like I had a bias. I was like, oh, he's part of Entourage. I love him already. But it was really funny. Bob Saget was actually he was funny.
That
I
doesn't
was
sound very
really
convincing.
no. He was funny. It just I was really expecting him to be super raunchy and super over the top. But I
Yeah,
think since he's gotten married, and maybe he's gotten in trouble in the headlines, that he's kind of dialed his act back a little bit. So he seemed more like off the cuff. So he was telling a story and then he would get sidetracked and do something else, which is fine, but it felt a little choppy, but it was still a very entertaining show where I thought Mike Young, just, you can tell he's just out there doing the grind. He's got his routine. He's got his set.
that's cool.
Yeah. And Bob Saget had a joke that I told you off air, but it was probably one of the best jokes I've heard all year. But I won't say it on air because it would get him in
Little
trouble.
inappropriate.
It would get us in trouble. And I don't want to be canceled.
Yeah, and I think that's, like anytime you've ever heard someone talk about Bob Saget stand up, it's always very, very out there. Like if you've seen the roast of Bob Saget and the shit they say about him, it's like, it's nuts.
Oh yeah. Well, so we're waiting, we're getting drinks at the bar, waiting to go in, and they give you this like little card. And it's just like 2 tickets, like fair tickets to ride, and then a little card that has like a letter on it. So A, B, C, D. They call your letter, you go get seats. And you can do dinner at like the restaurant above, and then you get like front row seats. They're reserved. Then you can pay like for VIP, which is like right behind that, or it's just general admission, like the Improv. Well, we've never done either one of those. We just go and get general admission, and we've sat like 4 rows from the stage every time.
Oh, nice.
So we got there early. We go there. We go to get our ticket, and he's like, "Oh, you need to come back." I think we got there at like 8. Doors opened at like 8:45. So we got there, go have some drinks. We're like, okay. We sit down. I order a drink. Jackie orders a drink. Not even 3 minutes later, another couple sits down at the bar. They have their ticket, and our bartender's like, "I think you can get your ticket now." And so we're like, "Can we get our ticket?" They're like, "Yeah, I guess." Like, yep, that 3-minute wait time was all it needed. But so we're waiting there, and this couple comes up to the bar, and they come up to the bar, and she's like, talking to everybody, and she's like, what do you guys got there? Like, mine says C. You got like A, and he has A, and this person has B, but why do we have C? And she's like, can we be friends? Can I go up there? Like, I thought she was just joking and like just being funny. I was like, yeah, sure, blah, blah, blah. So they called A. She's like, I'm coming with my friends. And she like, she just tagged along. I was like, oh my God. I was like, the balls on this lady, but she was really funny. We sat with them. Yeah, she was trying to, there was one guy that was like, it was a solo guy. He was an A. He was sitting next to us, and he's like, I don't know, you buy me some drinks and then maybe I'll switch cards. She's like, how many drinks? How many drinks you want? She's like, I don't know, just keep them flowing. She's like, I'm just going to go with my friends over here. And so she ended up buying us a round of drinks. Like,
nice.
We bought her around, and her and her boyfriend, and it was a good time. But yeah, it was Bob Saget ended the show with a guitar song, and didn't know he played the guitar. So yeah, I'm glad we saw him. Steve-O's playing there tonight. He has 2 shows. We're not going to go see him. Just one show is enough for the weekend. It gets expensive.
Oh, for sure. But that's a good start, man. I mean, Bob Saget, kind of hard to top one of the bigger names. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's pretty cool.
Is there anybody around when we're going to be in town that we can go see?
I thought we looked at it and I can't remember. When are you coming again?
So we'll be we'll be either in probably the 18th through the 26th or the 27th.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to take another look. There might be someone. I wouldn't even be surprised if even something small like where we went last time at the downtown McHenry Theater. They might have something. But yeah, I'll have to look something up. I want to go to another show. It's like the last time I went was when we went together. So it's been a little while.
So I got really excited, but he's not. It was January. TJ Miller, he's January 6th at the Improv.
Yeah, I did see that.
Corey Holcomb. I've never.
The name sounds familiar. But yeah, I mean, if you see something, because normally you're the one that sees those before me, especially for all the comedy shows. If you see something that that's going to be coming up while you're here, let me know, and I'll be down as long as we have nothing crazy going on. But
You down to clown?
oh, there's this guy. I forgot this guy was going to be there, but it's not going to be when around December 3rd. Bobcat Goldthwait. He's the guy with
Okay.
the. I don't know if when you hear his voice, you'll know exactly who it is. He's actually going to be there not this upcoming Friday, but the following. Who else? Who else does McHenry have? Nothing else next month. They have stuff for January, February set, but not next month. But it's all right. We'll find something. If not, I'll let you go ahead and do some stand up instead.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll just go to some random bar and you can do.
I would totally do it. I wouldn't do it like with nothing prepared at all. I'd get booed off the stage, but
Oh, wing it. You got to wing it.
no. Gotta have at
It's
least I gotta have some sort of premise to get up there and talk. But
Even if it's the worst thing you've ever done and nobody laughs, I will laugh as hard as I possibly
you will
can.
be laughing because you'll hear the crickets. That's what you'll be laughing about. You might start the booing. Boo.
Who is this guy?
You're like, ma'am, can I have an order of cheese fries? Yeah, okay. Bring it. You just start throwing it at me on stage.
Sir, did you bring your own tomatoes? I did.
Yeah, I just thought to help out the crowd.
Start passing them out to everybody.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. And then also too, more to come on this, but I started a new Geek Out project. So I was just curious on, we kind of all go through these stages with if you're a numbers person. So what I started doing was like handicapping MMA fights. And so what I wanted to do is just look at it from, I wanted to have one central location for stats. And
Sure.
I was tired of going to like 9 different websites. So I found different stuff and I was able to export it into Excel. So the first part of it is age. And so I got it all graphed out. I got all the winners that are, I have it broken out where you can look at fighters that are your 1 year younger all the way up to 20 years younger, whatever the case has been. And if they've been a favorite and they've been a winner or they've been an underdog, and then kind of how that matrix looks. So that's interesting. I got to do that for some other features, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. There was a fight this Saturday and it played out accurately, but it was way too small of a sample size. So, but
still counts though. Still won.
Still counts.
That's cool.
Yep.
And
yeah. So that's going on. And then there's a big fight December 11th coming up. So I'm hoping there's not too many cancellations on that. And we'll talk more as that gets closer.
December 11th. You'll be in town already then for that.
No, I won't.
Oh no, you said 16th, right?
The 18th.
18th. Dude, my fucking I don't know numbers. Good thing you're dealing with the numbers and I'm not, because I can't number.
You can't number?
I can't
number.
This many's. How many was it? About this many.
Well, good transition. This episode is brought to you by Sudoku. So thank you very much, our partners.
Nice.
Yes. Free Sudoku for everybody. You just have to do your numbers.
Yeah. And I can't number, so I'm out. I don't even, at that point, I don't know why they sponsored me. I can't number at all.
So before we wrap up, I got to tell you this story that happened to me today. I can't, I'm trying to decide to say specifics or not. I won't say specifics, but I have a family member that has a business. Okay. We'll just say that they had a business. They sold their business. Okay. They were doing it for a long time, sold it. And so it's brought to our attention today to look at a video that they made, a promotional video. And it was very standard. The first 2 minutes of it was a very standard video. It showed their business, showed the stuff that they do. And then it grayed out and then came back. And it was a bunch of women twerking and grinding and pouring beer down their throats. It was just ratchety. Like, they sold their business, and then now the new owners that have the name are posting this. I was like, oh my God. I just couldn't help to be embarrassed and laughing at the same time, because it made You would have thought that if you didn't even watch the first half of the video and just watch the second half, you would have thought they were advertising for a strip club. So you know their demographics that they're going for.
Interesting. I'm assuming your family's business had literally nothing to do with any of that.
Nothing
so...
to yeah, no, they took a hard right.
They sold their church to some people that are just twerking now.
I'll send it to you off air, the link. I'll tell you what it is. But I was like, when we saw it, I'm like, oh my God. And we were talking to them today. And they're just like, they're just so embarrassed. Like they ran a very successful business for a long time. And then they're just, it made no sense. Like none whatsoever.
Did they basically sell off the name then is what sounds like is happening here?
No. They like, so they prior, they had their own business, right? And then they just sold it to the new owner. So they bought it, they bought the name, they bought everything. They're not included in the business whatsoever. Okay. But these new people, they made a normal promotional video and then turned it into a ratchet, like strip tease, girls gone wild, guzzling beer. Like it made no sense. Like the two halves of the video didn't even make sense.
All right, I'm gonna have to see this.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's one of those things where I'm gonna see it and I'm like, yeah, now I understand what the hell you're saying.
Yep. Oh man. So
well, this episode is sponsored by
I don't know. Lover's Lane. They give all your strip teases.
Love it.
All right,
but
man.
Thanksgiving's coming up. Just want to let everybody know we're thankful for you guys. Thankful to have you guys listening to us. Ben, thankful for you. Thanks for continuing to do this with us. And I know we won't talk to you guys before Thanksgiving, so hope you guys enjoy time with family.
Oh no, we could talk. We could won't we get one in? No?
Well, we'll talk. I don't know about if we'll talk to them. We'll see.
Maybe I want to talk to them.
Okay. We'll bring.
You'll just be eating turkey and get an alert. There's a new video, and it's just me talking to them.
That's fine. I'm
hey
okay
guys,
with that.
I just was lonely. I wanted to talk to you without Michael here.
Hey, I'm all here for it. I'll put it up on the big screen.
Like, what the hell is he doing? He's in a dark room. There's no lights on.
Hey man, sounds like you're gonna record part 2 of that other video then.
Yeah. No. I would blow my back out. Try and twerk like that. Man, I am over 30. Oh Jesus. I was gonna say over 33. I'm just about 34. So I know I'm an old man now. You start waking up with pains.
That's unfortunate.
All right, man. Well, cheers. Have a good Thanksgiving if we don't talk.
Yep. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. See you guys, and we'll see you guys later.